Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. I just wanted to drop in. I've been spreading that link as much as I can, or at least directing people to that Kevin Shipp, SHIPP. And yeah, because I think it's real important for people to know that. The reason why I'm coming at you wildly right now is I wanted to tell you an observation that I've made. I think that, as Jordan says it, my producer, Jordan, as he said, yeah, I'm highly produced here, as my hair is going to even fall out of here, see? If he were a real producer, he'd be over here doing my hair and makeup. Anyhow, as Jordan says something like, the corporate Kool-Aid is very effective, something like that. And he's right, because, you know, over the years we have been indoctrinated by this corporate narrative to think so that anytime anybody says something a little bit out of the norm, and you know me, I do it all the time because I look into conspiracies and I'm not afraid to, that they're automatically just labeled something like a tinfoil hat wearer. For example, there was a gentleman, I'm not sure of his name right now, you might remember of whom I speak. He was he was on a CBS local affiliate, if I'm not mistaken. And whenever that whole Pizzagate thing came out, he did a little segment on it. I'll tell you what it's called. I don't know the outlet, but it's called Reality Check. And then he goes through and he says, you know, reality check this. And one of the things he said, you know, he went on about this Pizzagate thing and said, well, certainly this wasn't this little pizza shop or whatever. The people involved were investigated by the local authorities, right? And he said, wrong, they weren't. It was never investigated at all. And he went on, this was a long time ago, ladies and gentlemen, and then suddenly he was, you know, taken away from that show. Like he was demoted and had to kind of go underground. I'm not even sure where he is right now, and I can't remember his name. How awful of me. It's just an example, but what happened was the mainstream, like the more corporate overlords of that organization, whichever one it was, and I do think it was CBS, they put his picture up with like a tinfoil hat on his head and really try to demonize people just for explaining that there wasn't a full investigation into this jazz or whatever. That's very suspicious to me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to tell you once again, because I know I have new people here who are probably clutching their pearls and running to the street wondering what the hell they got into. Anytime somebody is demonized, marginalized, or anything that ends in an "ized," that sets off my radar. I want to know why, so I go look it up. Examples over the years would be like Alex Jones. I've looked into him. The whole pedogate, the whole pedophilia stuff I've looked into, and I've already gone into that in another video. You know, the UFO stuff. Anything that people, any person or idea that automatically is deemed to be insane or crazy or ridiculous by mainstream thinkers, by corporate Kool-Aid pushers, I want to know why. A big example for me would be, Todd's here and he's filthy. Okay, Dr. Judy Wood. She did her own scientific investigation after 9/11, because right away after 9/11 we had the mainstream conspiracy, which was, you know, that 19 hijackers, you know, overpowered people with box cutters and somehow got through security and were able to manhandle the pilots and fly with precision at an altitude that you can't even fly a plane that quickly, a passenger airliner. But anyhow, that's the mainstream conspiracy right there. Immediately there was another version rising up about the controlled demolition. And then Dr. Judy Wood pointed out that she had done scientific research totally without any preconceived ideas. She didn't go in thinking, oh, it was a controlled demolition. She didn't go in thinking who did it. She didn't go in thinking it was an inside job. She used the scientific method by, you know, gathering evidence and interviewing people, you know, all that jazz. She has been oftentimes by the so-called truther movement demonized and marginalized and called somebody who does pseudoscience. So I thought, my God, why is that? Why would that be? Is there a possibility, ladies and gentlemen, that some people really don't want the total truth to come out? If the group, the 9/11 so-called truthers, or the engineers and architects for 9/11 truth, or whatever they're called, if they really want to get to the truth, why wouldn't they embrace Dr. Judy Wood and go over her evidence with her and bring her into that community? That's an example. That's just an example. Pretty big one, I think. So that's all. And look, and I don't throw people out if I disagree with one or two things. I mean, clearly, if I did that, I wouldn't be over at Michael Rivera's show or whatever. But, I do have some, what's it called? A litmus test. Anybody pushing the Russia hacked the election is out. And anybody who is not bringing to light anything about the DNC lawsuit and things like that is also someone to whom I will not listen. Now, that, if somebody says something with which I disagree concerning whatever, just name something, I'll stay tuned. I mean, there are certain things I will tune out for. Other things I give people a chance. I give them a lot of chances. So, anyhow, I guess that's all. I just wanted to say that. I mean, I dropped in that information at Tom Hartman's show, and then I came back later just to remind people. I couldn't drop in the link, but to remind people, please look up this CIA whistleblower named Kevin Shipp. And I don't know. That's all I wanted to do. It's worth a listen. It doesn't mean that I believe automatically everything he says. I think there's, probably a good chance he is a whistleblower. He's a former CIA person, and they do everything in their power to demonize somebody like that. I mean, no question in my mind. So, that's all. I'm done. I'm trailing off anyway. Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you, thoughts of the day. Please join together with me. Drop your political identity. Drop your labels. Drop labels that you call other people. And let's really focus on people against the establishment, ladies and gentlemen. That's the name of the game. People against the establishment. And guess what? If you shine a light on that shadow government, it's no longer a shadow, scientifically speaking. Love you.